Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from No Picks Podcast.
What's up, fam? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, Joe. So check this out. It's been a little minute, but the Tyreek Hill footage, the body cam footage came out, and I think we should react to it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up a little clip, and let's make some magic happen. Let me see.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh boy.
Now to the situation that developed before kickoff in Miami on Sunday. Police yesterday released body camera footage of Dolphins star receiver Tyreek Hill being pulled from his car and forced to the pavement after he was pulled over on his way to Hard Rock Stadium. Police say that Hill was speeding and driving recklessly on his way to Sunday's game against the Jaguars. Miami-Dade County Police released 105 minutes and 33 seconds of body cam footage from the officers involved. We are going to show you a piece of it here. This is the moment when the officer first approached Hill's vehicle.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, though.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
That
on
way you
my
can
window.
lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window
He
down.
rolled the window back.
Hey! Keep your window down.
Don't tell me what.
Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car.
Give me that, bro.
Get out of the car.
Give me that. I'm gonna break that
Get,
freaking window.
get out of the car.
I'm finna get out.
Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. What part of blood don't you understand? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting up, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
I'm getting
You understand?
up. I'm getting up.
You understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I'm getting
You're a little
out.
confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take
Too
me to
late.
jail, bro. Do what you gotta do,
We
bro.
are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew, hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
What part of blood don't you understand? Hey, Drew, hey.
All right, so that's the gist of it. There was a little bit more. He stood up for a little bit, and then they made him sit down. He was talking about his knee hurting or whatever, and he was like, "Stop crying," whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it. What do you think? All right, so then you know what? Let me pose a question. Let me pose a specific question. All right, who was in the right? Who was no? You know what? That's a bad question. Did Tyreek Hill do anything to facilitate this negative confrontation with law enforcement?
Yes, he did. Unfortunately, and family, listen. We hear the Uncle Toms, the all the slurs come in because we're gonna feel this way. But listen, he got pulled over by police. He was pulled over for allegedly speeding and for driving recklessly. Given he had that nice car with the tints. See, I noticed a correlation. The darker the tint, the dumber the driver, right? At least in Philly. I don't know how in every other state, I don't know. But I'm telling you, in Philly,
Right.
bro, the darker the tint, the dumber the driver, bro. And it has not failed me yet. But he had the
Right.
dark tint. He had the nice sports car. He was probably driving fast because people with the nice cars want to just, with the horsepower, want to drive fast. But he off rip when the cop pulled up, he was aggressive. Why are you knocking on? Stop knocking on my window. Stop knocking on my. What you mean, bro? Why are you driving recklessly and speeding in my streets?
Right.
Why is your window up? I can't see what you're doing. Your window's tinted. Why would you put your window back up? I don't know what you're doing when that window's back up. I can barely see you. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. Like I don't know, bro. I just feel like our people sometimes like to play the victim after they agitate the police officer, after they do something that like provokes them and antagonizes them. And it's like, bro, if you had just rolled your window down and be like, officer, is there a problem? Oh, okay, I was speeding and driving recklessly. What do you need? My license? Here it go. Keep your window down. You got it, officer. And I'm gonna keep it down so you don't have to knock on it again. You know what I mean? A way to be like, listen, officer, it's a nice car. I know you can see that. I'm gonna leave my window down. Please don't knock on the window. I don't want you to damage my car. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
something like that,
Right.
bro. That would have just diffused it, and the cop probably would have run his tags. Still probably would have gave him a ticket. right? He probably still did. He probably would have given him something, but you wouldn't have gotten dragged out of your car, bro. So that's my first reaction. I could say so much more, but like he, come on, bro. Like I don't understand why people do this, bro. I don't understand. I don't
Yeah,
get it, bro.
yeah. I agree. So we do stuff like this and then we cry victim.
Right.
So before the actual body cam footage came out, he was saying like, "Yo, like these cops are too aggressive. Like I didn't do anything wrong. I complied." So then the body cam footage comes out because this is a couple days old now. So the body cam footage comes out and he's like, "Well, you know what? Maybe I could have did things differently." Because he started making other comments.
Did he
But he
admit
was
that?
like,
Like afterwards,
he
he was
admitted
like,
it. He was like, I could have did things differently, but that the cop that initiated the whole thing got to be fired. So he
no,
thinks that no, yeah, I agree, bro. I agree.
no,
The whole argument about the whole police thing is the assumption that when cops do wrong things to people of color, that white people are doing it. But in this instance, we could clearly see it was a gang of Hispanic cops.
right,
I didn't hear a white voice in there. I didn't hear like I mean like these like so it's a tough time. First of all, bro. Sometimes we got to give it up to white people, bro. Right now, it's a tough time to be a white cop because no matter what cop does something, a black cop, a white cop, a Hispanic cop, an Asian cop, all white cops get the blame. Just like Freddie Gray in Baltimore, what was that, 4 or 5 years ago?
yeah.
He ended up getting put in the back of that car. Joe, I don't know whether or not you noticed. Do you know how many cops was involved in that incident that ended up where Freddie Gray got locked up and put in the back of that police van?
It was more. It was a couple of them, right?
It was 8 different cops.
Okay.
Okay, but from that, hey, you know what? This racial injustice, blah blah blah. It was because they were going hard as hell about racial injustice at that time, right? How many of those 8 cops would you have thought was white based off the rhetoric everybody was saying in the media?
Probably all of them.
All of them, right? Exactly. But there were 4 of those cops were black, Joe. The other 4 were white. So, but you would have just thought that 8 racist white cops born in like rural Mississippi that just hate black dudes and they just want them all to die. Just took part in the situation.
Right.
But it was 4 black cops and 4 white cops. They just ignored the 4 white cops. They just ignored the 4 black cops, and they blamed the man. They blamed the white man for all this racial injustice. Same thing happened in this case. They blame the white man, even though the Hispanic man did it to the black man. And I don't think there was nothing racial about it. I think Tyreek Hill did some. He came at the situation with aggression.
Right.
And when you do that, people are human. Because I know everybody, well, you know, you're trained for that. You're trained for that. Okay, well, you got to de-escalate. You got to de-escalate. I don't know what that cop could have done to de-escalate the situation. He came, that first Hispanic cop, I think pointing out that he's Hispanic is important conversation. That first Hispanic cop went to the door, I thought very respectfully.
Right.
Hey, bang, bang, bang. Can you roll out a window? Tyreek gave him the smoke. He came to a bang, bang, bang. He gave him more time than he should have to hopefully get Tyreek to comply, but Tyreek wasn't having it.
Right.
So he wanted to act how he wanted to act, but then wanted to cry victim later. So I guess my point is when you bring in the racial aspect of cops, no matter what is the racial component is, the white cops get blamed. And I think that's so crazy.
It's definitely an interesting phenomenon that they just spit like it was the white man. No, it was a bunch of Latinos. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And Freddie Gray was like 4 black dudes, and George Floyd. I remember there was an Asian guy. There was several different races represented. The white boy was the one who had his knee on Floyd's back, right?
Right.
But it was like a mixed people. It was a mix of people that was with him that day, and apparently it was just a white man. So I don't know. I guess it's just like an easy scapegoat to just blame it on the white man. You know what I mean? That's the scapegoat now.
Even when a black guy does it, they blame the white man.
Yeah.
So is that crazy?
Yeah.
So the black guy does it, but they're like, the black guy did it because of internalized racism. But like, bro, like so basically, no matter who does it, the white man really was responsible for it. Like,
yeah, and it's bro. This is so he was ignorant, and the thing is like. We had this conversation in another episode about a different topic, right? But there are 2 types of people. There are people who want the world to be a certain way, like they move through the world as if the world should be a certain way, and there are some people who move to the world as the way it is, right? And what I mean by that is there are some people who, like, let's say we know that racism exists. We know that
Right.
there are going to be some bad cops or some bad individuals who will not like me because of my race.
Right.
Because of that, if I get pulled over by the cops, I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to be threatening. I want to get home to my family, right? So I'm going to
Yeah.
be respectful. I might even have my license out already. I might have my hands on the steering wheel. I might tell the officer, listen, my license is in my glove compartment. Can I reach for it? Like, listen, bro, I'm trying to go home. You know what I mean? And that's not being a bitch. That's me being like, I want to go home to my family, right? And then
Yeah.
there are some people who are like, nah, F that. You can't kill me. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. Nah. That's racist. You can't do this and this and that. It's like, bro, like, you gotta understand, like, you have to yes, racism sucks. Yes, it sucks to be discriminated against, but like, this is the world that we live in, and you have to move to the world with caution, bro, because otherwise you ain't gonna make it home. And there are people who wish the world is a certain way and they get mad at the world, but it's like, you gotta, Tyreek just, he came off very entitled. I'm
Yeah, he
rich, I'm
did. He
famous, you
did.
don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm driving this
Hur-
nice car.
he's-
I probably make more than
hu-
you do in your whole year.
Right. Hurry up and give me my ticket, bro. I gotta go, bro. Hurry
Yeah.
up and give me my ticket.
Like, his ego.
What?
There was
Like,
so much, not ignorance and ego, bro. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but at that point, the police officer had all the authority. So yeah, you might play football, you might be amazing professional athlete, you might be more famous than all of them, you might make than all of them salaries combined. But in that moment, the law is the law. The police
yeah.
officer is the enforcer of that law. So none of that means anything in that moment. So treat that with respect.
And I hate the fact that they talk about when people in this situation or whatever, there was multiple people, like famous people, talk about it. Shannon Sharp talked about it. Dominique Foxworth talked about it. Woody with the football, whatever. All these people from ESPN, all the
Stephen A.
sports people talk
Smith,
about it.
yeah.
Right? The problem is, like, so when they talk about, hey, you know what, you should know how to de-escalate, blah blah blah. Like, I think when they, like I mentioned to you before, but I think when people talk about de-escalating as far as the cops go, they mean some like supernatural stuff. Like, it's like, yo, if there's somebody, all right, let me put it this way. I mentioned this before. I work for the Social Security Administration, right? So basically, people come into the office sometimes mad as heck because they didn't get their checks for whatever reason. Even if the reason is because of something that they did, they don't care. It's irrelevant. The only thing they know is that they didn't get their check, and you need to fix that. You need to make sure they get their check as soon as possible, even if it's their own fault they didn't get a check, right? So an example of that would be, let's say we didn't know, but somebody was working, and then we get a report randomly from like the IRS or some kind of other agency, like, hey, this person's working, making $2,000 a month, but they're also getting a check. And it's like, hey, you can't do both. So when we find out, we cut the check off, and because we need proof as to whether or not you guys are actually working, right? Hey, give us your pay stubs, right? And that's a big thing. That's why a lot of people have issues with us, because when they come in, they're mad, like, well, why am I not getting this check? I'm like, bro, you working, you didn't tell us. And they'd be like, oh, they really want to say, how'd you find out? This is corny, blah, blah, but they just like, oh, well, they still mad. They trying to figure out how to get this check cut back on, right?
Yeah.
So they come in, they mad, and we get, I work so we have training classes and stuff like that on how to deal with irate people, right? But at the end of the day, this person came in mad they didn't get money. There's nothing I can say to this person to make them calm down and chill, because they were dependent on this money. They didn't get it, regardless of the reason. So it's like, there's nothing magical me can say, Ty from the No Picks podcast can say when I'm at work to make this person chill and be like, oh, okay, cool. It's the same thing with cops, I'm sure. Like, listen, whoever they get trained with this de-escalation tactics, they're not some kind of guru sage from like the 16th century that's like some kind of like supernatural intellect. Bro, no, they're regular people. They say, hey, you know what? They try to calm the situation as best they can. But if you were insisting on elevating the situation, they can only meet you where you at. I told you, I surmised that when people say, hey, you know what, cops should be de-escalate, they really mean cops should let the person do whatever they want to do.
Right.
That's what I think they really mean.
Yeah.
Hey, you should let the person say whatever they want to you, do whatever they want to you, and just let them leave, and and just say, hey, don't do that again, and let them drive away. That's what I think people really mean when they say de-escalate, because whenever they say de-escalate, they're never any specifics. And I just challenge people to say, hey, when you talk about de-escalate in the situation, tell me what specifically that cop could have done to de-escalate the situation. What could that cop have done in the Tyreek Hill situation to de-escalate that? Because Tyreek was already ready to rock. The dude never even talked to Tyreek. He never even said a word to him.
Right.
As soon as he said, hey, you know what, the window should have already been rolled down. Any human being knows that. How can you talk to somebody between a window? You can't do it.
Right. Right.
So the window should have already been rolled down. So Tyreek Hill already entered the situation trying to start beef. He had to knock. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, don't knock on my window. How is he supposed to? He's supposed to send you an email. He's supposed to send you a text. He don't know you.
Right. And then he rolled the window back up. And the cop told him at least 3 or 4 times, roll your window back down. He told him 3 or 4 times before he was manhandled, roll your window down. You know what I mean? So like he gave him opportunities to like, just chill out, bro. Just follow the request. We already pulled you over for speeding and driving recklessly. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? Nah, bro, nah. Yeah, you. This is man. This is sad to watch.
Like
bro.
I just think people expect. I think people expect cops to be a combination of John Wick and Dr. Phil. And it's insane to me, bro. Like they think, you know what I mean, hey, you should shoot the gun out of his hand, you should shoot the knife out of his hand, you know, you should, you know, and then you should like, you know, coach him through life, you know, just talk him off the ledge. Like, you know, don't shoot him, just if the guy's shooting his gun, pointing his gun at you, you explain to him why he should put his gun down. And it's like, if that's the case, if this person is capable of doing that, that being should make $500,000 a year minimum, because he is a supernatural being.
Right. Facts. Yeah,
I hate it, bro.
Yeah,
Cops have a very difficult job because it's never good enough. And you know what? I don't even know why a white dude would ever want to be a cop. White dudes, stop being cops. Just let the whole force become Hispanics and blacks, and let's see what they blame then. I mean, you'll probably still be to blame because they'll say, well, cops were made up by white people. So like,
it's tough, man. It's a tough job. It's not for everyone, and a lot comes with it, including the stigma or the judgment you're going to get from people, the presumed threat that you're going to be to people. Like it's a lot, bro. So I don't know, man. In this situation, I'm just tired of our people provoking the cops and then acting like victims. Like, you was wrong, Tyreek. I know, like I said, people, this is a controversial topic because there are people who thinks that nothing justified that. And I'm like, bro, what do you expect, man? Like, look, all I saw was the body cam footage, bro. That's all I had to see. All I had to see was and I'm like, nah.
He was being very difficult.
He brought that on himself.
Somebody in the comments explain to us whether or not Tyreek is being difficult. Like, because I think people are so anti-cop today that they like. It's just they're unreasonable with their assessments of whatever the cops do. And like I said, let me know what more that cop could have done.
Right.
Because I would love to hear it. Like
this
de-escalation stuff. Like we talked about it before when a guy in Philly had the knife and he was chasing that white cop around the car, and the white cop ended up shooting him after a few minutes of him getting chased around the car. What did you want the white cop to do?
Right. Or the cop, period.
How could he de-escalate the knife off the man's hand?
Right. Right. Yeah. Let's see what the family thinks, bro. I'm definitely curious to see what people feel about this reaction in this video. I'm sure this has been a controversial topic. What do y'all think? I mean, who's what would you place the blame on? Who's more at fault? Was it excessive force? Was it like, I don't know, like what do y'all think about this clip? Like after y'all seen it?
All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. We Uncle Tom's, let us know. Until next time.
Until next time.
We probably are, though.